You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before you're out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we have another old school paint scheme from Dale Jr. from the 2010 season. This is the 2010 Amp Energy paint scheme. I really like the 2000... He didn't have the 2007. He had the 2008 and 2009. Those are my favorite for the whole like National Guard and Amp paint schemes. But honestly, I miss Amp like a lot. The green was really nice. Of course, he had the red 88s and all that. And to top it all off, it is a COT, which, you know, it was my favorite type of race car they had. Now, I mean, of course, you can say like the Gen 4s were, you know, really nice too. But this was the most like race car look. It had, you know, the wing on the back, but it wasn't super huge. You know, it was really nice looking just in general. So, you know, I wish I could kind of go back to that era, because this is kind of where I grew up watching NASCAR. Was more of the, let's say, 2000... See, I was born in 2002. Late 2002. So really 2003 would have been the start, because I was born December 27th. So it was right at the end of the year. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know, a couple years of being alive. I kind of, you know, picked up on a few things from my father and everything, because, you know, he really liked NASCAR back in the day, of course, you know, when Junior was racing. Of course, I didn't get to see Earnhardt, you know, the Intimidator himself race, but, you know, which is unfortunate. It would have been really cool to see that. But, you know, Junior hung around for a little bit, so, you know, of course, Dad, being a Junior fan, gave me somebody to root for, and then I actually ended up really liking Junior, not because of my dad, but because of, like, just how he was on track and off track. So, of course, that was way later, but, you know, I could have stuck for him nonetheless. But, yeah, so really nice paint scheme. It does have some detail because it is a Platinum Series. Of course, it's got the hood that opens, and it's got the engine in the engine bay there. So, we're going to get a closer look at this just real quick. And again, let's take a look at this detail, man, because, like, look at that. Even the undercarriage is detailed pretty good. I really wish we could go back to this era, so let's go ahead and take a look at this box real quick. I'm going to pick up the camera. So, of course, you can see it's like a clamshell design. Of course, you can see a full-on, like, clear thing there. It's got a little stand at the bottom, so you can kind of set it up. Of course, Hendrick Motorsports got the 48, 24, 5, and 88, so a little bit of an old-school look there. So, behind this, you can see the other side of the Junior car, and it says Earnhardt Jr. 88 Amp Energy National Guard 2010 Impala. And look, one of 3,543. They used to be, like, marked just like the 124s, but, you know, they don't do that anymore. So, I am going to open this on camera, like, not off camera, because I want to show you how the old packages were. This is my favorite type of packaging for a very simple reason. Now, that is because it is resealable. Now, you know, of course, nowadays with the authentic sign, you still have the same type of package and in terms of, like, how it's, like, laid out. But you can't, like, really close it. You can, like, keep it opened, and it looks closed, but it's still not closed. With these, you can actually clamp them back down, and they will be sealed just like they were when they were bought. So it's the, let's see, it's the combination of the, let's see, the Authentics packaging, but the powers of the Gold Series boxes we have today. So this is how you would open it up. You take a corner, or just however you want to do it. I think this has not been opened, so it might be a little hard to. But you just kind of, you know, pop it open a little bit. You might have to be a little aggressive, maybe. You might have to pop some stuff, but yeah, that wasn't. There we go. So you can see, got to be a little aggressive with it, but I mean, nonetheless, you can still shut it and close it pretty good. So, let's see. Oh, there we go. See? Opens just like that. It looks really good, too. Let's see if we can focus a little more. There we go. I really miss this packaging. And the packaging we have now has a whole solid plastic piece to hold the car. This only had two pieces. It had the front piece and then the back piece. So we'll put those to the side. And then, of course, it comes with this little insert here, just kind of the box design. And you can close it back up, which we'll do that later on, of course, to put it back in the box. Now, let's actually review the car since it's all the way over here. But man, like, look, rubber tires, I mean, dude, it was just such a really nice, you know, just time of era for these cars. The closest thing we have to this type of diecast today is the, not the ARCs, I guess you could say, for the 164s now, but it's, I don't have one on me, but it's the rubber tire / metal chassis. So, what that entails, if you don't know, which I'm sure you probably do, everything's the same, but the tires are rubber and the base is metal. But it's still bolted down, it's not screwed in. So here, okay, so here's kind of a look of what we have now versus then. Let's bring Matt Rooney in here. So this is kind of what we have now. So you can see the major difference. This is taller. You can kind of see, like, there's just a lot of difference in just how it was made. Like, I really wish we had the detail we do now, or do back then like we had now. If I could say that right. I wish we had the detail back then and nowadays. I guess you could kind of say that. But, I mean, look, the hood opens and everything, man. Like, you can, maybe, yeah, there you go. Got the engine in there, you got the stuff underneath the hood and everything. It's like a mini 124, and I really wish, you know, we had that. But, you know, we got the closest is the, again, just the metal chassis editions, which, I mean, it's not much. I mean, it's really not. You get to pay, what, like $6 extra for rubber tires and a metal base? Yeah, I think I'll pass for most of those. Unless it's my boy Bowman, then of course I'll get that. But then, not to mention, you can also get the Elites, which you can open the deck lid too. So, I mean, you had multiple options. You could get the Standard, which did not have the hood open, the Platinum, which had the hood opening with the rubber wheels and the metal base, or you can get the Elite, that would have the opening hood, metal base, rubber tires, and an opening deck lid. I'm telling you, man, the old days for the NASCAR diecast was so much more of a collector purpose than just a, you know, a toy purpose. So I wish we'd go back there. So you can see Amp Energy right there. Of course, the hood does open. We kind of demonstrated that earlier, but we'll take a closer look here later on. So you got the Impala right there on the front. I got the Chevy. Looks like I've got a little bit of a tire thing. There we go. Tire was going flat on us. So on the interior, you can actually see a little bit of detail. You can see there's a red line on the floor. Not really too sure what that is, but it looks like the gear shifter's painted there. I think that's silver. You can see a mirror in there as well. And you can see the blue on the dashboard. These are really good for stop motions too, like, because, you know, you have the rubber tires, you can take them off during pit stops and everything, man. It was so cool seeing people use those old type of cars, like, because you got the newer people. I don't really see a lot of people do stop motions anymore, and if they do, it's not really any of the good channels. Like, it's not like ACS or, you know, Eric Estep. He even stopped for the most part anyway. You know, you don't see those big boy channels anymore. Of course, you still got Miscraft, which, I mean, Miscraft is pretty much goated. I mean, he is really good. He's like one of the very few. Of course, I don't know if Eminem's Cup Series is still making stuff. I know he was doing reenactments for a long time, but I'm not too sure if he still makes like actual his own race stop motions. His was really good too. I just remember when they were like the thing, man. Everybody craved the stop motions, and, you know, not a lot of people do it anymore, which is kind of sad, which I'm going to try to pick back up on mine. As you can see, I've kind of demonstrated earlier, well, before. I'm going to try to do mine again, so, you know, we're gonna try to pick up on that. But anyway, on the deck lid here, we've got National Guard. Of course, you got the black wing, and then on the winglets on the side, you got National Guard on each side, so that looks pretty good, too. Of course, you got the classic black bumper that Dale Earnhardt Jr. always ran. So you got National Guard, 88, and Quaker State there. Over here on the side, you got National Guard, Mountain Dew, Quaker State once again. Dale Earnhardt Jr. up on the name rail. I can't tell what that one is on top. Bosch, Simons, Freightliner, Hendrick. We got amp right there. Got the 88. Sprint Cup Series, Mechanics Wear, Holly, USG, 3M, Tissot, I think. Mac Tools, EA Sports, Dow, Autometer, and Jegs there. Of course, you got a very, look, I love the green. The green is just incredible. And something that was a little more realistic with these rubber tires is it would have the outline of the rim. So it would look a lot more legitimate to the actual car. And nowadays, with the whole, like, rubber tires we would get, we don't have that little rim anymore. So what I mean by rubber tires is, yeah, I mean, they're rubber, but at the same time, what people love about them is, look, you can take it off just like that. I mean, like, it is no, look, you can see the rim still there. I mean, it's like, it's super easy. All you gotta do is just kind of pull it off. You can pop it back on again. It was great for stop motions. Like, it was just, it was insane. It was a really cool detail we used to have. Again, it was just like a mini 124, except even better because, you know, you could actually afford them. And not only that, you know, you had more space for them. You could do more with them. It's not just a display thing. You could use them for stop motions, have them on display, kind of, you know, do whatever with them. So, I mean, it was pretty cool to have this type of detail. I would give anything to give back and, you know, open up some type of company that would make these things and get licensing, and where I could actually, like, do more detail. Not to mention, look at this. You see that? Here, let me see if I can I guess I can get a key or something here. So you can see, like, it's mesh. It moves. That's a real thing. Nowadays, we don't... Where's Matty D? Where is he? Come here. So now, look, you just get that little plastic thing. I mean, you can move it, but you move the entire, like, roll cage and everything. But with this, I mean, it's actual mesh. I mean, it looks really good. It's more accurate to the car. Okay, future LW3 here. As soon as I ended the video, I forgot to show the hood. So while we're still here, there we go. We can actually show the hood. So let's see. Again, I apologize for my very terrible recording skills. But yeah, there's the engine in there. It looks super good. It's actually got multicolor. And then you can see National Guard, amp, Chevy, Victor something, Victor Rhines maybe, and Perfect Circle. I think that's what that is. Yeah, but anyway, there's the under detail for the hood and engine bay. So I apologize for that. So let's get right back to this regularly scheduled programming, if we can get the car the center. You know what? There. Now we can continue. Now, of course, Action Racing Collectibles never missed, ever. And, of course, you know, they got taken over by Lion now, which is pretty unfortunate. But anyway, so underneath, well, again, we do have detail, which is just incredible to me. And if you really wanted to, I believe you could pop this little thing open right here. This little lighter plastic piece. That is plastic, sadly, but you can pop that off, and there should be another rivet in there. Or not even rivet, there should be a screw that we can take this off of the base, or like take it apart, and you can look on the inside and everything. So I'm telling you, man, these are just so much better than what we have now. So we got the transmission that's painted. Interesting enough, the exhaust are like a kind of like a light gold, maybe like a rose gold, and the transmission, or not transmission, but the drive shaft is like a white color. You can see a little bit of a gold, silver, and red. Oh, and look, even the back axles are painted. Oh, there's more that's painted. I didn't even realize that. So, actually, ooh, do I have a custom on me? Oh, I don't think so. Oh, that sucks. But if I could compare, like, what I do now, I paint these same areas. The only thing that's different is the transmission and drive shaft are both silver, and the exhaust is black, and I do paint the gas tank back here red. But pretty much everything else is the same, so I didn't even realize how accurate I was to one of the die-cast here. Now, of course, this is all the way back in 2010, so, I mean, but it doesn't even matter anymore, because with the Gen 7s, or the, next-gen die-cast, as they call it, or just the cars in general, these bottoms are completely flat, so there is no detail, unless you, like, remove the bottom, but I think that's only on 124 Elites, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see. I don't really know how those are going to turn out, because we've got a couple that have been released in 124, I think, as a couple. I think we've only had one. But we've had plenty of 164s to be released. They're not released to the public in terms of, like, you can get them anywhere, but they're only at the tracks right now. So they are so close to being put online for a reasonable price. But until then, we're going to have the scalpers and, all those people that put them on a bid. But, I mean, you can't really blame them, because if you put it up as a bid, it's not really the seller's fault for how much it goes for. It's the people who are willing to buy it for that much that makes it go for that high. But say they buy a $12 early release Gen 7 and throw it up there for $60, buy it now, I don't know, $8 shipping, then yeah, that's a little bit of a scalping technique there that a lot of people will still fall for, but, I mean, it is what it is. But with that being said, I do believe that'll be all for this diecast review. Again, I would give anything to have these detail, or this type of detail back. But until then, there is only one or two ways, technically, that the 164s are being produced, and they are nowhere near what they used to be. So that'll be all for this diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.